Hello again. It looks like I do videos almost all the time nowadays, but well, I've been in an inspirational. I've been inspired lately to do lots of videos, and today was another day away from work. I took a trip out to one of my favorite stores in Solna, a store where I always find lots of good records. I did that this time as well. Some really good albums that I got for quite low price. So I thought I'm going to show you these. First of all, we got the House Martins, the people who grinned themselves to death. With, of course, Paul Heaton as the main singer and songwriter. And also in this group we had Norman Cook, who would later be Fatboy Slim. This was issued on the Go Disc label. I was a great fan of Beautiful South as well. It's Go Disc together with on the Chrysalis label. Looks like this. I think they made two albums. The other one is called London Oh Hull 4. I got that already, but I didn't have this one. So I was happy to find this. I liked the House Martins way back in the 80s. Okay, I found my first Susie Quattro some days ago. Now I found another one, Your Mama Won't Like Me, from 1975. And the funny thing with this issue is that it contains two records. It's not a double album, but it has two records. It's the same album, but twice. This one looks not that good. So for some reason there are two records in this album, and it's the same album. Both of them are VG plus. So don't know what to do with it yet. Still, I'll listen to them both and decide which one of them to keep. We got Beach Boys, Surfing USA, on Capitol. The sleeve looks a bit worn, but the actual record looks fine. It is a reissue though, because we have this yellow Capitol label. It's in great condition. We have a nice compilation with Elmore James, the great blues man, the great blues guitar player. One Way Out. It's on Charlie. It's an issue from 1980. Charlie Often Delivers. And yeah, here's one of the picks that I really can't understand how I was able to get as cheap as this. And it's Deep Purple in rock. Paid 40 for it, 40 Swedish crowns. That's $6, $6 or $7. So almost nothing. And it's in great condition too. Not in excellent, but almost excellent. Yeah, I found this. I talked the other day about the fact that I haven't had Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix Experience before. So, but I got that the other day, and now I also have Jimi Hendrix Experience Smash Hits on Polydor. I'm not sure whether this is what kind of issue this is, but it looks like a 70s issue, although it says 1968, but the label, I think of the 1970s when I see this one. And it's, can't see where it says kind of pressing it is. Oh, I think actually it's a Norwegian pressing. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Right. Another bargain. Santana Abraxas from 1960 something. Has the inner sleeve of the time, the inner sleeve from 1970, and the record is from 1970 as well, not 2. And it has this orange CBS label. It's an English pressing here, and it's in great condition. I was very happy that I found this, especially for this low price, 20. That's $3.50, $3.50. Nothing to talk about. Oh yeah, for even less, for $1.50, I got this record that is very good for the Halloween season, I think. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe, the Alan Parsons Project, from it's on 20th Century Records, but it's from 1976. Has this label. It's a German issue. I'm a great fan of the writings of Edgar Allan Poe, so and I know that many musicians, many orchestras, many artists have been very inspired by Poe's writing as well. So look forward to listen to that. Right, I talked a lot about the Killing Me Softly album by Roberta Flack. I've got many of Roberta Flack's albums, but the first one, I either haven't found it for any good price or it has been too worn. Now I found a great issue. This is First Take. It's on Atlantic, and it's from 1969. It has the familiar green, white, and red Atlantic label. This is an American pressing. So finally, been wanting it for ages. Okay. Yeah, then let's see if I can find that one. Yeah, there. I found 2 albums with Clifton Chenier, the King of Zydeco. We have Bon Temps Volé on Arhoolie. The Arhoolie issues are the best ones with Clifton Chenier. And we have Live from 1972, also on Arhoolie. And then I found this compilation album called Southern Cooking. Seems to be a bit of a sampler album. We have the Greg Allman Band, we have Rodney Crowell, we have Lonnie Mack, we have the Dickie Betts Band, Oomer and the Howlers. It's from 1988 on CBS. Southern Cooking. Paid nothing for that, almost. Right. Another Genesis now. Seconds Out from 1970 something. 1977. And it's on Charisma. I haven't looked at this one. Oh yeah, we have the custom Charisma label for this album. Looks like that, and this is I think this is a Swedish pressing. The sleeve is pressed in Sweden anyway, and the record I didn't get any clue about the record, but yeah, anyway. Right? A record with a very nice cartoon sleeve here, the hit-making word of blue mink. Blue mink, mostly known for Melting Pot. And this is on Gull, which was subsidiary to Decca. And this, of course, reminds of the other Decca issues in the series, the word of this and the word of that. Yep. Then we have a issue that with Graham Parsons that I didn't know existed. It's from 1982, so it's with, well, obviously older material because he died in the 70s. Not really sure about these recordings, where they are taken from, or if it is some sort of... It's not the best of either. Anyway, it has sleeve notes by Elvis Costello, which makes it a bit more interesting then. Then to something with King Crimson connections. We have Adrian Belew, Desire Caught by the what? Desire Caught by the Tail. Yeah, I couldn't read this. I'm not familiar with this album at all, but I look forward to listen to it. This is from 1980 something, mid-80s I think, 86, yeah, and it has the Black Island Records label. That's nice. That's really nice. I look forward to this. These albums that they are not that expensive. We can take some chances to. Yeah, an album that I wanted for quite a long time is James Taylor's Sweet Baby James. It's his most famous album, I think. It's on Warner Brothers. I think this was issued in 1969 or 1970, but this is a later pressing. You can see that on the white Warner Brothers label, the label of the late 70s and 80s, all of it during the whole 80s. So that wasn't that expensive. Yeah, and over to Swedish prog masterpiece that I wanted for a long time. And this is cheap, but the record isn't in best in that good condition. It's not the best condition. It's around VG, and that's really where I doubt about actually buying it. But this, since it's sought after, and it's often much more expensive, and it may sound very good even though it looks very worn. It's Samla Mammas Manna with Måltid, the album that contains the great tune Minareten, among other songs. And this is an issue on Silence. As I said, it's from 1973. It has this orange Silence label. Right. I had it on CD, but I wanted it on vinyl as well. But it's difficult to find, and so many who wants these Samla Mammas Manna albums. Right, another Alan Parsons project, Pyramid, from 1978. It's on Arista, and it's a Swedish pressing. And I've showed some albums with 10cc in the past, and one of their most famous albums, I think, is How Dare You. I've had that on cassette for many ages, but now I found it very cheap, LP vinyl issue as well. I was very happy to find it. It's a good album, and I'm now happy to have it on vinyl as well. Well, That's all for now, so time to spin one of them. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right. Have a good weekend, everybody.